Plaintiff Terry Garner met the defendant's father while he was in prison, and the two of them got married while he was incarcerated. Terry ended up legally adopting the defendant, but she's suing her today for an unpaid loan and the cost of furniture. Defendant Julia Garner admits that she was happy to live with Terry in the beginning, and everything was good for 2 years. However, Julia claims all of that changed when Terry started drinking and smoking crack. Julia insists everything from Terry was a gift, and she's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Good morning, Your Honor. First of all, I would like to start off by saying thank you for doing the great job that you have been doing for different people in, prison and things of that nature. I just want to let you know a little bit about myself. I too have a business that is ran through the prison systems for inmates that can't afford anything like, sneakers, T-shirts and things of that nature. That's called Silk Road. My business,
what's the name of your agency?
It's called Silk Road.
Where do you live?
I am in Buffalo, New York.
Okay, good.
But it's ran through Erie, Pennsylvania, through my business partner, which if you want to take a look at the brochures, you can. Okay.
Let me have it. And, I'll take a minute to talk about that. And you open the door for me to talk about what I'm doing. I'm going into prisons around the country, motivating them with some inspirational lectures and giving them second chance referral information for agencies so that when they come out, they can have something in their hand to go to an agency to get job training or to get placement in jobs. And there are certain states that do a great job, certain prisons, and some don't. Some I've been to, they give them $2 and say, here, catch your bus home. And so the person going to end up not finding anything because you really have to help them within 48 hours. You have to give them a plan. If they don't have a plan within 48 hours on what they're going to do, then they're going back to the street and you're going to be victimized again. So there are some prisons that do a great job. Rikers Island in New York, I went there and they give the inmates a thick book of all the programs, but additionally they have agencies which they pay, ex-offender agencies, to come and pick the inmates up in a van when they release them and take them directly to the agency. They don't even take them home first. They take them directly to the agency. So hats off to Rikers Island. Give them a hand. And people say, well, Judge, what about the good kids? Why are you helping these kids who are in prison? Well, I'm trying to keep us safe and reduce our tax dollars. That's right. Because if we keep paying $50,000 to house them in prison and they come right back out and we are victimized again because they've never been given a skill, they've never been trained to become a productive citizen, then we're continuously paying $50,000. And I'm like some of those Republicans, even though I'm a Democrat. I believe in fiscal conservatism. So if you want to be fiscally conservative,
that's right, Your Honor.
Glad to hear that. All right, I'm glad to hear about this. Tell me more about you and your background with your stepdaughter.
Julie is my stepdaughter. I am married to her father, which I met her dad in 1998. How I met her dad was through my brother. He was incarcerated with her father, who is incarcerated right now. Her father been incarcerated since 1991. I was introduced to her dad in 1998. Mind you, I was a widow at the time that I was met her dad. 1999, her dad and I got married. A couple of months after that, he tells me, I got like 8 kids, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do?
See that? You should have took your time to get to know. I
know, but I didn't do that, but it was okay.
Did he also say, well, I have 8 kids and I'm a crackhead? That wasn't a part of the deal, was it?
Okay.
Because that could have been the case. You didn't know he had all these kids.
I didn't know.
He could have hid his crack habit. Thank God he wasn't on crack.
That's right.
Go ahead.
So Julie was no more than probably like 7 or 8 years old at the time. I got custody of them in July because her mom was in an abusive relationship and she was on drugs and alcohol at the time in 1999.
And that has been since 99.
Yes.
So that's been 11 years. You have been the custodial parent.
since 1999 to 2006.
Okay.
I have a few photos, Your Honor, of Julie when she was, she was a good kid back in the day.
And what happened? Are you saying that at some point she became rebellious?
Yeah.
And troubled?
Yeah.
When?
2006.
How so?
She was caught stealing. I had to take her back to school.
What else?
And she ran away in 2006.
What else?
That's basically it.
Did you find out why? Did anyone ever talk to her? Did she
Yes,
ever
we
get
had
counseling?
conversations of, I want to go back with my mom. I want to go back live with my biological mother.
Gotcha.
No problem. So what happened was, we started going back to court, back in 2006. 2009, her father was released from prison after being incarcerated since 1991.
Plaintiff Terry Garner married the defendant's father while he was incarcerated and ended up adopting the defendant. But the defendant claims Terry turned out to be a crack addict.
Let me hear from you, young lady.
Okay, I wanted to give
Background before we get to the furniture and paid loan.
She's right. I met her in 1999. I was about 8 years old.
99.
And she introduced herself as my stepmother. She asked me did I want to see my father. I told her yes. I haven't seen him period. So I wanted to get to know him. I was in an unstable home, so I was willing to move with her. Everything was going good for about 2 years. That's when everything flipped. Everything changed. She started drinking. She started smoking crack. She had male friends in our home. She asked me did I
Your father was still in prison?
Yeah, she asked me did I mind, did I want another father? I told her no, I wasn't feeling it.
You saw her smoking crack?
Saw her drinking.
You said she also smoked crack.
I didn't see her smoking crack around that time, but it was another time that I did see her smoking crack.
You saw her? Where were you all?
Yes.
You all were sitting there on the couch watching.
I was coming downstairs.
Watching Barney.
No, I was
You watching Barney, and she picks up the pipe and just.
I was coming downstairs.
Ooh, that was a good one. Go ahead.
No, I was coming downstairs one day. She's supposed to be clean. At the time she was supposed to be clean, she was going through a rehab program or whatever, NA meeting.
Okay, in the past she had been to rehab.
Yeah.
All right.
So one day I came downstairs and she was on the couch drinking with a friend. Now I didn't know at the time how a crackhead act, but she had the ways, like the fidgeting, the twitching, and everything like that. She had it.
All right.
She called herself trying to discipline us by fist fighting with my brothers. She put a gun to my mouth, called herself trying to discipline me because she put it to my mouth.
Let me just ask, is this something you had in the past and you've recovered from?
Yes, Your Honor.
All
and
right.
I was clean when I got them.
Good enough.
She was clean when she got us, but she started smoking again.
Okay. So you say she relapsed.
Yeah,
Did you relapse and
No, Your
cause
Honor.
these problems?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I don't know who to believe. She doesn't sound like she's making it up. But the good news is that you're trying to make a difference now.
Exactly.
And you've turned your life around and you're going into prisons to help other people turn their lives around.
She just now stopped smoking. Okay. She was smoking when my father was home. In 2009.
You saw that too?
She was smoking. He the one let me know.
Or you saw the twitching?
The twitching, he don't want to let me know. He let me know everything. He was living with her, so he knew.
Was he smoking too?
No, he wasn't smoking.
How do you know that?
I know he wasn't smoking. I know he wasn't smoking.
He said, my wife, she smokes crack every night. She sits right there on the couch. And although I used to be in a lot of trouble, I went to prison. I don't smoke crack. I just sit there and watch it. I just sit there and watch it, baby. Good enough. Let's get to the furniture and the loan. What are you suing her about?
The $750, Julie came to me October of 2009. And she said that her mom had put her out and that if I could loan her $750 to get an apartment because the rent was $350 and the security deposit was $350, so it added up to $750. Here's a statement from the landlord, which I received.
Your Honor. She's lying.
If you would like to see it.
Let me allow her to finish her lie.
Okay.
Or what you call a lie.
Okay.
And I'll give you a chance to tell your lie. All right?
Okay.
Always give people a chance to tell their lies.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I paid the $200.
And I'll give property consulting a chance to lie in writing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so they sent me the letter, proof that I did do that, pay her security deposit on 12/1/09. A week after that, I did all
she says you're lying.
Okay.
This didn't happen?
She paid my rent, but she gave it to me. It was a gift. Everything was a gift.
Okay, go ahead.
And I went and I replaced the furniture in my home. I replaced stove, refrigerators, wash and dryer, bedding, everything. I have my receipts here. She said that, okay, well, since you're replacing everything, is it okay if I, buy the other furniture from you that you're replacing? So I told her, yeah, of course.
Lie.
I told her, yes, you can pay for it. You have to give me $25 a week because I know.
When was this?
This was December the 5th when she removed the furniture from my home.
What value are you putting on that?
$5,000. I'm sorry, Jan,
You
I'm
have
going
something
too
to
fast.
prove it was $5,000 worth
Yes,
of furniture?
I do.
All right, let's
I
see
do.
it.
Yes, I do.
All right, and that was a gift also. Let me allow you to speak.
Okay, me and my mom was going through some things, so I moved out into a friend's home. She said, well, you know what? I had a settlement from the car accident that we got into. You my stepdaughter. I'm willing to give you this stuff. I mean, you don't have nobody else in your corner. I didn't have nobody, period. So she was helping me. She gave me it.
The plaintiff, Terry Garner, married the defendant's father while he was incarcerated and ended up adopting the defendant. But the defendant claims Terry turned out to be a crack addict.
So you say all of this was a gift? She has never asked you for anything back?
No.
All right, ma'am, is that true?
No, Your Honor.
Tell me
that
when
isn't
you
true.
asked her for the money in the past.
It was, matter of fact, it was a couple of weeks at the end of December. I have a letter here from her landlord
Let's see it,
stating
please.
that
I
she
have
was
a letter
about to
too.
get evicted.
You have what type
and
of letter?
that-
Yes, a statement from my father.
Oh, let's see that. And this is, what is this to prove?
That's when I was called. I called the landlord.
Ma'am, I can't give this any credibility. I don't know when he said it. In fact, there's some scribble on the side. So you scribbled out the date and you're perpetuating a fraudulent document.
It's not
You have
fraud.
you have wiped out the date because you know that we're discussing dates right now. And you probably knew that that would come up when we got here, that dates would be relevant. Your father sent an affidavit that is undated, that has in fact been scribbled out, and you submitted it to me to rely on. That's called perpetrating a fraud against the court by
not-
submitting something that I am to rely on that has been altered. Have a good day. Your
Wow.
claim is dismissed. Yours is granted.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
She a liar. She's a manipulator. That's all she did. That's exactly what she did. Everything was a gift. I promise you everything was a gift. Like, I have no reason to lie about nothing.
I love you, Julie.